Dance, 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 dance. I had a very good relationship with God when I was growing up. Very good. It just wasn't as strong as I thought it was. Through high school, I got into lots of partying, drugs, alcohol, in and out of jail, mental health facilities. I didn't have support from a lot of family, lost a lot of friends in the midst of all of that. And when they lost their lives, I thought that anytime I could be next. There's lots of times when I'd show up to backstage, strung out, drunk, high. I was still loved, still accepted. It was you and Alan and Heiko and like a couple of the other people here that like really supported me, loved me even through all of that. And even if it was tough love, like I still got love. And I think those are the things that helped me realize how much God was actually still there. I hadn't talked to my sister for a couple years, and she decided to invite me to church randomly one Christmas Eve. Probably thought I was going to say no, but I decided to come because I had nothing better to do. And Christmases had become very lonely for the past couple years for me. I showed up at church and I thought I wasn't going to be accepted because who's going to accept someone with face tattoos and who's still kind of strung out and still was on drugs. And it was very good. I saw Alan on the announcements there, and it made me think like this church has to be cool because it has Alan on TV. So I decided to keep going. I slowly started getting my life together. I went to church every single weekend after that because it was something that took me away from other things, and they had this welcome center, and I went there right away and made friends with Kirsten and Sandy. It was cool that people wanted to talk to me because I never thought that they would have. Never thought I would have been accepted there. And then I found out I was pregnant. I grew up the courage to share that part with some people, and found out that I was loved just the same, if not even more. That was the biggest thing, was feeling like this had come of sin and being reassured that no, like, he is a blessing, you are a blessing, you are loved no matter what, he is going to be loved no matter what. Yeah, we do communion once a month at my church, and it took me a couple months, and there was one month I decided I should do it. That was a really big turning point. I really felt God's forgiveness for everything I had done. I never had to rehash every single thing that I had done. God just knew. God knows everything that you've done. God knows every single sin and still loves you. I think the biggest part was just me starting to forgive myself. And that was the hardest part. It still is. I still have to forgive myself every day. It was just amazing the amount of blessings I had in the midst of what I felt like to be the hardest part of my life. Another thing I asked God for was mending relationships in my life. And I think humbling yourself for the first time is the hardest thing you can do. But as soon as you can say like, hey, I'm sorry, I messed up. I'm human. We all mess up, but I messed up pretty big. I'm changed now. God has changed me. God is staying with me, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going back to that life, like, at all. I feel so loved, so accepted, and a sort of peace that I never felt before. That peace I was trying to find with all the drugs and everything, like, I found with God. In the future, I'm definitely looking forward to becoming more involved in the church and just being an example and a light and being able to share vulnerably what I've been through and what God has done. God can love anybody, and God does love everybody no matter how deep your sin is. And my sin was pretty deep. If I see someone at church that I know that hasn't been there before, I'm definitely going to be the next person to be open arms and be like, I am so glad you're here.